name's Nyesha McCauley, and you're watching AccessTV.org.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Friendship Scholarship Presentation. It's been a year since we are doing this. We are planning for this presentation, and it's like we are going to school and now it's graduation time. So we are graduating today. So we thank you all for coming, and we thank you all for supporting the Friendship Group. Friendship is all about education. We are trying to help our young people go to college. Whatever we can do to help, we will, because education is very expensive these days. We have one of our past recipients in the audience. We'd like to welcome her, Destiny.
Where is she? Let her stand so we can see her. Give her a hand, ladies and gentlemen. Wonderful.
We'd like to welcome her. And we are asking all the recipients, when you go to college, when you come back, please come back and do something in the community. Try, help, do something, because it's really needed. And like we say, education is very expensive these days. So on behalf of the Friendship Group, we like to, we want us to introduce the officers of the Friendship Group, but I'm looking around and I'm the only one here. Mr. Ward is our chaplain, and so you have the coordinator and you got the chaplain. So again, thank you all for coming, and I'm going to turn this over to our Master of Sermon, Mr. Edwin Clark.
Thank you, Brother Davis. Give him a big hand, ladies and gentlemen. Better than that. All right. Again, as you know, as you always hear me say, those who know me well enough, that time rules our lives. And we can't define it. It is said that time is divided into 3 segments: the past, the present, and the future. The past is irretrievably gone. It's blown away with a breath. The present, blown away with a breath, and the future never arrives. Think about that. And even the clock on the wall that isn't working would show us the correct time twice in 24 hours. Think about it. Having said that, it's a pleasure being here, and especially for an occasion such as this, where we are trying to help some of our young people to go on to the higher education. We should be in a place that could hold like 500 people from the number of people I see at the different friendship groups. And this is the nucleus of it. This is the culmination of what happens all year. So it just tells me how many of us are interested in the overall program of the friendship group. We are going to make some changes. If you're looking at the program, it says here, after the invocation, we're going to have dinner. Well, as you look around, you don't see any food around here. The dinner is set up downstairs. So while we're here, we're going to take charge and get through this formal part of the program, and then we all go downstairs and eat and maybe even dance. You never know. There's music down there and there's none up here either. So we're going to move right on and welcome you again and get through this portion of it, and then we all go downstairs and we'll do the blessing for the dinner downstairs as we proceed. Our keynote speaker is here, right on the hour as I'm talking about time. So without further ado, I am not going to take any further time. I understand that he is the president of the Hartford City Council, which is a very, very important position. So I'm going to ask all of you, with open hands and heart, welcome Mr. Thomas Clark this evening. Give him a big hand.
Good afternoon. Thank you for the invite. Want to say this is great. You can't hear me? Can y'all hear me? No, this not. I don't know if this microphone is working. All right, let me. I just left church, so I'll hopefully have a little bit
Ladies
of more voice.
and gentlemen, it is said to err is human, but to forgive is divine. Before I call on the guest speaker, I should have called on the president of the Jamaica Ex-Police Association just to officially welcome you, since this is our house. Mr. President, Mr. Lloyd Brooks, give him a big hand, ladies and gentlemen, and you may just want to say a simple welcome to him. Here I go.
Well, welcome to all. We're all one family. I must say that on behalf of the Jamaica Ex-Police Association, we especially welcome you here, Mr. Chairman. Through your institution and your input, headed by our good lady on my left, Councilwoman Arjo Finch, who's very instrumental in this whole togetherness. I take my hats off to her. I must say that how pleased we are as a new body within Hartford, not really new, but officially we have been incorporated in the Friendship Group of Hartford. And we found it very, very inspiring. And so I'm passing it on to you that our members, as far as we are concerned, we are committed to development of the youth in this area. I must say, welcome again. As far as the youth, the young ones are concerned, it is believed in some quarters that we should not give the children or the youth everything that they want. We should not do that, but give them what they need and what we can afford. And on behalf of my group, Jamaica Ex-Police Association, we welcome you. Look forward to a productive evening, and we continue to see the fellowship for the development of the youth in Hartford. Thank you very much.
Here, here. Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Good afternoon, everybody. Want to thank you all for inviting me here to the Friendship Group organization tonight. Want to thank Mr. John Davis for the invite and say hello to all the participating organizations of the representatives that are here today. Thank you again for inviting me, and I have learned already that when I am the last person before food, always to be very quick. It's been a pleasure to serve the city of Hartford, or as a member of the city council and president for almost 6 months now. We took office in January, and I have the distinct pleasure of working with a familiar face to many people, Councilwoman Arjo Winch. She is what I call one of the drill sergeants on the council. One thing I learned about Arjo is she tells it like it is, and she holds no punches about that. And it's always a good working balance to have people with a mindset like Arjo on the council, because she actually comes with a lot of institutional knowledge of the governance of the government as well. What I think about, I've been to some of the friendship nights, actually when I started campaigning, and actually participated, where were we at? The Legion. On American Legion on Monday, and it's a spectacular time to fellowship with members of the respective communities. And one thing I can say is that yes, we have some grave situations ahead of us. We are in dire straits in a few areas, but that should not affect the community development of the community and for the city. I think that this is the time where all of us from respective places, between churches and other community groups and advocates, can really band together and really push for the revitalization of the city. And I see people represented from across the city. My friend Hyacinth from all the way on the south end. She's one that I know that works tirelessly, as well as Ms. Prosina Holloway works tirelessly with their advocates, with their groups and their organizations to really develop the community and want to see the community change. And I think that it always doesn't have to take money to actually see some change in the city. It could take some what they call sweat equity. And I know that I looked forward to working with many of you, actually all of you, no matter how young or old that you are, to really turn the face of the city around. It is challenging, and we have some challenging times ahead, but again, I am the optimist down there in City Hall. I think that things can really turn around for the best, and I'm going to be working very hard to make sure that's done. I have 3.5 years left in my term, and I look forward to working hard. I've already been working hard, and there's, to me, a man of faith. The Bible says there's nothing too hard for God, and I believe that there's nothing too hard for us to tackle and for us to overcome. The city has seen this type of necessity to really band together and to take shape and form on to work to bring Hartford back up. We've been in this situation before. I don't think that we can band together again and turn Hartford around. I think that Hartford is going to be in a good place. And with folks like yourself that understand community and understand the role of the community in respective organizations, that we're all in this together to make Hartford a more suitable and livable, sustainable city. And thank you again. Please don't hesitate to call on me. I don't know how long you thought that I was going to be, but I'm wrapping up because. But the things that are crucial and core to you, we should be working on, such as revitalization, economic development, providing scholarships for our kids so that they can attend school tuition free. And I know that's something that, as a parent myself, that I'm looking forward to actually seeking for my two sons. And so wherever resources that you have, I do call upon you to call the people in those respective organizations to help bring some money into your organization, into the city of Hartford. Whoever's looking to develop, is looking for some land to develop to bring about jobs into the city, please remember we're in the Promise Zone right here in this neighborhood. This part of Upper Albany is in the Promise Zone, which is 3 neighborhoods. We have some other initiatives, federal designated initiatives that are taking place right here in the north side of Hartford, right in this particular area of Hartford, and that's something that all of us can participate in and help to bring about in this city to change the way this city looks. And it's going to take every one of you. I may not be able to reach those that you're able to reach, and so please, let's all work together again to change the face of this city for the greater good, for not just ourselves, but our children and your grandchildren and your respective family members. So thank you again for the invite. I do look forward to working with you, and I bid you a good evening.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes. As students and as adults, it is said that the 6 best doctors in the world, anybody know who they are? Start with number 6 and come down to number 1. Number 6 is having good friends. Number 5, develop self-confidence. Number 4, always have a good diet. Number 3, exercise that will keep you fit. Number 2, rest whenever you can. And the greatest doctor of all, sunlight. Think about that. Sunlight, the greatest doctor there is. To the graduates, there are teachers and there are teachers. And as you go on from one level to other through high school and then on to college, look at your teachers. You can learn from them and maybe you can teach them something too. They say there are basically 4 different type of teachers, There's the mediocre teacher who tells you what to do. There's the good teacher who explains to you what to do. Then there's the superior teacher who demonstrates. And number 4, and the greatest teacher inspires you. So you got to judge your teachers and decide which of those 4 categories you are putting them in. As was said earlier, we have a former scholarship awardee with us, and we did ask her to stand. But I think it would be unfair if we don't ask her to come up and say a few words to us. Give her a hand again, ladies and gentlemen. Come on up, my dear. Is that Mr. Brewery? Look like him. I haven't seen him in ages.
Hi everyone. Sorry, I'm a little tired. I just came back from a writing program that I kind of teach for, so I came back today. But I just graduated actually from UMass Amherst, and and I'm actually going to graduate school in the fall. So that's happening. I'm really excited. I really appreciate the help that I got from the scholarship. It was really important for me to get that. Yeah, and my sister is getting an award today, so I'm really proud of her. And yeah.
That's good.
All right.
That's it. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Good. Good, good. Okay, moving right along then, we're gonna get to our presentation of the scholarship award. I'm gonna come up first. Give Councilwoman Arjo Winch a hand as she comes up to start the presentation for the honorees.
Which is the best way to get out of there.
Yeah.
Just want to say again, thank you all for coming out. And you know what? Nobody ever talks about the parents. Let's get the parents in here.
Amen.
Because no child gets to go anywhere without good, inspiring, and motivating and sacrificial parents. You know, and I say that about my own. I'm 62 and I still call on my mother. You know, and I know my brother back there, he 50-something, he still call on her too. And she have 8 of us, and she answers the call every single time. And then she has multiple of grands and great grands, and she answers those calls too. So I'm just inspired, you know, to be a young grandmother. And Mr. Carty, you know, so I'm learning. You know, I'm learning from my elders. You know, I'm learning about what I should do. How do I gracefully get in, you know, to that age when I get there? But I want to get there, Mr. Carty. So I know that in order for me to get there, I got to take care of the young people. I got to make sure that the people who are going to be making decisions for me and my elderly age have the education and the knowledge that they need to make those kind of decisions that's going to better my life. So it's important that we as a friendship group, trust me, we meet every single Monday night to put money in that pocket so that we can do what we're doing today. You know, give some young people an opportunity to get something in their pocket to go off to college. We don't know what your needs are, but we're going to give you something that you can determine what you need to use that for. You know, other scholarships you get, they mandate that this is for books, and this is for rooming, and this is for that. We don't do that to you. We don't know what your needs are. You know what your needs are. It's our responsibility to provide you help where we can help you, and it's your responsibility to be responsible enough to use the funds that you receive to what you need for your education. And you don't need to go out partying for education. You don't need to go out and take your family out to dinner. That's not a part of your education. All right, what you need books. I don't know, you might need shoes, you might need a coat, whatever it is that you need for your process in getting to education. Maybe you need towels, maybe you need, I have no idea. That's for you to determine. But what we are asking you to do, one, be responsible with what you receive, and then also, like the young lady came back, come back to us. If you're on spring break, if you're on vacation, you come back into town, then drop by us, you know, like your second parents. Drop by us and let us know, hey, you know, I appreciate that what you all gave me. If I didn't get that, I couldn't have done this. because that's appreciative to us, and that gives us the motivation to next year reach in our pockets to give more money so that we can give more scholarships. All right, is that fair? You take care of us, and we're gonna take care of you.
Amen.
All right. Okay, so I'm gonna ask the friendship group coordinator, Mr. Davis, to come up, and he has a presentation to make. We're gonna ask Miss Darlington to come up. Oh, cause she got the important envelope. Oh, you have them?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So the coordinator got them both. He got the certificate and the envelope. Mary Ellis, you know we struggling with this. Come on up here. You know we trying to figure this out. Now you tell us how we say it. How we say your name? Mary Ellis? All right. Now how you say the last name? Oh, right. Okay. Let me move some of this out the way. But I have to turn it this way because see the camera, the microphone for the camera is there. So it's a little tight here. But anyway, I'm gonna let the coordinator present his.
On behalf of the friendship group, I'd like to present you this and hope I do some
Speak
good
up
for you
and
and your colleagues.
Thank you.
And again, have a
Thank you very much.
okay. We'll see. Check.
Thank you.
And then I also brought with me, because I wouldn't dare, but I asked the council president to come, you know, and stand here with us. So I also brought a citation from my office, Councilwoman Arjo Wynn. It says, as you embark, and all of them say the same thing, as you embark on your life, it is with great pleasure that I, Councilwoman Winch, Councilwoman for the City of Hartford, take this opportunity to celebrate with you your accomplishments. College is not easy, and receiving a scholarship is even harder. Congratulations on the impression you have made on the Friendship Group of Hartford, that they would deem your hard work and dedication worthy to receive one of their annual scholarships. As a chair of the city's youth committee, I am extremely proud that we could be here to celebrate with you, and we look forward to being at the college graduation. Okay, hold on here. Monique Edwards. So Rose, just stay up here.
We call somebody next one.
Hi, this is going out to Monique Edwards from Bloomfield Heights. No, I'm sorry. You're the Jersey girl. Congratulations on your scholarship. I hope you use it too, but I need, back with you. So like Arjo said, don't party with it. I'm hungry, but don't party with it, okay? And I hope you do everything you want to do in college. Keep on fighting for you, us, because I know what you're doing to do. Okay?
Okay, I just sit in check.
And the citation says the same thing as the other one, Council President. Congratulations to you. Kevin Guy.
Kevin, it's my great honor to present to you this scholarship, and I'm sure it will be worthwhile.
Thank you.
Don't forget the check, get the check, get the check. Mr. Ward, you can stay there and TJ come. Dylan Holland.
Congratulations on this scholarship award, and please, what school are you going to? So please make sure you use this, put some good use to this, and make everybody proud. Congratulations.
Come here, Dylan. All right, stand. Right, Sanjay Holloway.
Mike, you are at every friendship night. You needed to come and present this. So,
I said I was going to do this one.
you?
No, come on, Mike. Come on, Mike. Come to Shire.
Okay. Congratulations on this award, this scholarship. You earned it,
Okay.
deserve it, use it well.
Stand here. What you want to go and say? You're not going to say nothing?
You're too shy.
Wait a minute. And the audience say the same thing and say that, you know, I'm so proud of you. Come.
Grandma, you want to get
And don't forget the envelope. Get the envelope.
Yes. Grandma, get that picture.
Grandma, Mom, come on. Tamia Thomas. Tamia Thomas. I'll let Thomas do that one. Come here. I was going to say to Tamia that we are so proud of, you know, all our young people as a member of the friendship group. Let me tell you, we start at 9 o'clock at night. I leave at midnight. Some of them are still there because they want to make sure that they can give every dime that they can to make these scholarships important. So it's very important, you know, that we support you. So we hope that you do everything that you can to get a kickstart with this scholarship. And
On behalf of the councilwoman, she thanks you for your tireless efforts of pursuing education. Please don't stop. All right?
Here. And then every year we give out a special award, and this is, I don't know how many of y'all knew Keith Carr. Many of us knew Keith Carr. Keith Carr was a man who could have owned many cars, but did not. He spent his life around the city of Hartford taking the bus everywhere and walking everywhere that he wanted to go. As a matter of fact, the city of Hartford has named a corner on Main and Albany. Right there, you'll see that's the Keith Carr corner. And we want to make sure that we keep his memory alive because we understand that he's a mainstay, you know, in our city, and something when people pass by that sign, we want people to know who he was and how important that he was, you know, to our communities. So we always make sure, and he was the founder of this organization along with Mr. Alfonso, who we were hoping that we're going to be here today because it was their vision that we were able to help young people through digging in our pockets and making this sacrifice. So we want to award the Keith Carr Scholarship today to Destiny Davis. And Destiny, let me tell you, these are some big shoes to follow, girl. So you gonna follow Mr. Keith Carr's footsteps, you got a lot of walking to do, all right? But we're confident that you can do it, so that's why we're awarding you this scholarship.
And may I just interject that Mr. Carr has walked so much along the route of his job, which was the Merchants Association and Albany Avenue. A young man walked up to him one day and asked him how much longer he has to walk on the road to become a Rhodes Scholar.
Y'all get that later. Come, John. Go ahead, Mr. Keith, Mr. Dark.
All right, I squeeze it.
Okay, Mr. And the envelope. Welcome, welcome. So that's the end of our presentations. We like for the chaplain is going to bless the food, but can we get the award recipients and their family members to stay behind so that we can take some group shots? All right? No, yeah. Okay, let Mr. Parker finish and then they'll stay behind.
As Councilwoman Arjowin says, when she spoke about getting the money, she used the word need about 15 times. But there's another word that's associated with need is what want. So it's not really what you want, it's what you need. And you are all stepping forward to better yourselves, to make your parents be proud of you, to make all of us be proud of you. So it is the things that you need that you're going to use to make it happen for you. This was exhilarating to all of us, and I'm sure each of us take away something from it. And this gentleman was talking to some folks and giving them advice. First of all, he says to them, and so I say to all you graduates going on to college, whatever you do, be yourself, because everybody else is already taken. Okay? Think, always think before you speak. Because words that you have to eat, they said, it doesn't have much nutrition. And this is sometimes hard to digest. So be careful of your words, okay? And I'll leave with you a closing remark that you should believe in your dreams, the dream that you create for yourself. Trust in the hope that comes from your heart, and imagine the possibility that every tomorrow holds. Here is the only living person from the founding of the friendship group, Mr. Alfonso James. A little bit late, but give him a big hand. His name is here. We want to honor him as, again, talking about Mr. Keith Carr. Along with him were the founders of the friendship group so many years ago. So welcome, Brother James. It's good to see you. You want to say a quick word? Come on up. Oh, you have some for him?
Mr. Alfonso James, as one of the founding members, of this organization, we're so happy that you're still here with us, to see that we're still celebrating in the vision of you and Mr. Carr, and it's just wonderful to see you here. And then all the young people who receive scholarships today, please stand up. This is your work. Yes.
This recognition for being one of the founders, and your legacy shall continue. Thank you very much.
Okay, picture there.
Okay,
Invitation.
what?
Blessings.
Yeah. As we close, again for the graduates, and I'm always so honored to see young people moving on, feel great to higher education. I did last year when I spoke to those who received scholarships, and the same goes for all of you, because it's only a continuation. Take with you, as you go from this place, 2 10-letter words: friendship and confidence. Use those in your lives as you go on. 2 10-letter words. Take with you also 10 2-letter words. If it is to be, it is up to me. Think about that, and you will succeed. Thank you. It is said that eating comes naturally, but digesting is divine. And since there's some good food downstairs, we're going to call on our chaplain to bless the food from here. The Lord will receive it anytime, anywhere, any place. Brother.
Good afternoon, everyone, and congratulations on your scholarships, all of those recipients. We are a happy friendship group here today.
Amen.
Before I give the grace, I was with Senator Blumenthal at my daughter's house this afternoon. They might still be there now, but I explained to him, I said, well, I'm going to be leaving because I have to go to a friendship presentation in Hartford. And I said, so when I get there, I want to tell them that I was with you today. What do you want me to give, to say to the recipients? And he looked at his arm, and he had these bands on, and he said, well, Joe Ward, you tell him I say, don't ever, ever give up. I will say that again, don't ever, ever give up. Then he says to me, he says, well, wait a minute, don't leave. I want you to hear me speak before you go. Tell your daughter to help me get me on, and she did. And so as he spoke, he says, well, Joe Ward has to go to a scholarship presentation in Hartford. And he says, oh, by the way, Joe Ward, he says, I want you to tell them also that one makes a difference. One makes a difference. That's from the senator. Now I'm going to give the grace, and we are going to go downstairs, and we are going to enjoy this good food like we always do on a Monday night. Now, I see all hats are off except one over there. Our Father, we are so pleased to be here today to witness this presentation. Now that we are here, we know that we're blessed, but we just want to say again, thank you for being here, and we want you to bless all of us, bless these recipients, and that they might be so blessed that they can run and be so engaged in their next level, on their next level. But we just want to say we thank you. We just want to say we appreciate you. We want to say thank you for the food. Thank you for the preparators. Thank you for all of those that had to do with the preparation of this food. And we want to also be mindful of the haves, the have-nots, the downtrodden, the forgotten. We want to pray that someday soon, and very soon, that there will be enough food for all of your children around the world. But we thank you for what we're going to have here this afternoon. And we pray that it will last us until we meet tomorrow night at the West End and Social Center. And we pray that it will last beyond. We thank you so very much for this food, and may it be nourishing for our bodies in a mighty way. Amen.
My name is J. Stan McCauley, and I do business as Light Source Productions. I provide professional services in the area of strategic video communications. First, what we do is we help you craft your message using what I call the rule of the 5 W's: who, what, when, where, and why. We do event documentation, content acquisition, full-scale productions, editing, and of course distribution through our social media television network. And with social media, video is more important now than it has ever been. Whether you're talking big business, small business, nonprofit, church, or just an individual. Let's say you're planning an event, a wedding, whatever the case may be. But let's say a big event, but no video. And you spent all this time, all these hours to put this event on, and maybe 100, 200 people attend the event. But more important than that is that thousands could attend by watching it on social media. But of course, you don't think about this until after the event is over. You can't afford not to capture it for social media. And despite what people think, I am affordable. Give me a call. Let's plan your next video project and share it with the world on my social media television network. I promise you that you will have the attention of one person, me.